Real quick before we start, close your eyes and picture this. A king flies across the ocean for the first major state visit in years. The world is watching, cameras are rolling, and one man, his own son, is allegedly watching from the sidelines, absolutely furious. That is where our story begins today. According to reports emerging from multiple royal insiders, the Duke of Sussex has been desperately trying to engineer a face-to-face meeting with his father, King Charles, who is currently in the United States for a 4-day state visit. But here is where it gets interesting. The king, we are told, is not interested, not even a little bit. And sources claim this wasn't a last-minute decision either. Harry has allegedly been working on this for months, and every single attempt has been met with silence. So what changed? Why is the king suddenly putting up walls that even his own son cannot climb? Stick with me, because the answer involves jealousy, betrayal, and a brother who has apparently had enough. Let me give you the context that makes this story genuinely wild. According to sources close to the situation, the Duke of Sussex is allegedly consumed with jealousy over the attention his father and stepmother are receiving during this US trip. I want you to let that sink in for a moment. A grown man, a father himself, reportedly sitting in California watching news coverage of his father meeting world leaders and thinking, according to insiders, that he should be there instead. But here is the massive curiosity gap that changes everything. The same sources claim that Harry allegedly believes he should be inside the White House right now, not visiting, participating, as if he were an elected official. And that raises a question no one seems to be asking out loud. Does Harry genuinely not understand how any of this works, or is something else going on behind closed doors? Now, before we go any further, I need to address what happened when these allegations became public. The Sussex's communications team, which sources describe as relentless and highly strategic, reportedly responded with visible anger to the speculation. A spokesperson allegedly told Fox News that there will be no meeting because this is a state visit, not a holiday. But here is the detail that should make you pause. If there was nothing to these claims, why the angry response? According to multiple royal commentators, the official explanation is that the king's schedule is simply too tight. Diplomatic meetings, garden parties, state dinners, the man is busy. Yet sources point out that the absence of any face-to-face meeting between father and son is incredibly significant. And when you consider that in the last 12 months, the king has allegedly managed to grant Harry only 45 minutes of his time, 45 minutes, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. So what is really happening inside Buckingham Palace? The answer, according to insiders, involves Prince William. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. According to sources, the king is finally listening to William in ways he never has before, and the reasons are genuinely fascinating. First, William has allegedly been remarkably loyal over the past several years. No scandals, no tell-all interviews, no books, just steady, consistent service alongside his wife Catherine, who has reportedly become one of the most respected members of the royal family. But here's what makes this truly compelling. Sources claim that William has allegedly been begging his father to wake up to what he sees as the reality of Harry, and reportedly, William has delivered what insiders describe as an ultimatum: get Harry under control before William inherits this situation himself. Because let's be honest about what happens next. One day, William will be king, and according to those close to the situation, William allegedly believes that if his father creates problems with Harry now, those problems will become William's problems later. Think about that pressure for a second. A future king watching his father potentially make decisions that could destabilize an entire monarchy. What would you do in that position? Now, I want to share something that genuinely surprised me while researching this story. According to sources at Closer magazine, which has reportedly cultivated impeccable royal connections over decades, William is allegedly angrier than ever about his brother's behavior. And the trigger? Harry's comments during a recent trip to Australia, where he allegedly said he never wanted to be born into the royal family because the role killed his mother. According to insiders, this reportedly enraged William on multiple levels. First, because Diana was William's mother too, and second, because Harry allegedly made these comments in Australia, a country where the king is still the head of state. But here is the detail that royal commentators are calling genuinely shocking. The same sources claim that William allegedly believes Harry is trying to appropriate Diana's memory, turning her legacy into something that belongs only to him. And reportedly, there are even members of the establishment pushing for Harry and Meghan to be brought back into the fold, arguing that reconciliation would help rehabilitate the royal brand after other recent controversies. According to insiders, this idea reportedly sickens William. He allegedly believes it would be the beginning of the end. Let me pause here and give you my honest take on what we are seeing. From an outside perspective, this looks less like a family dispute and more like a carefully managed strategic containment operation. The king is reportedly not stupid. He has survived decades of media scrutiny. He knows exactly what he is doing by keeping Harry at arm's length during this trip. And honestly, if the reports are accurate, you can almost understand why. Imagine planning a delicate diplomatic visit meant to strengthen relations between two allied nations. Now imagine your estranged son, who has publicly criticized the institution you represent, suddenly wanting to be front and center. That is not family drama anymore. That is a potential international incident waiting to happen. But here is the question that keeps me up at night. Is the king making this decision because he genuinely believes it is right, or because William has finally convinced him that there is no other choice? According to multiple sources, the situation reportedly becomes even more complicated when you consider what might happen after Charles passes. Insiders claim that Harry and Meghan's brand has allegedly lost significant value in recent years, with some commentators suggesting their only remaining currency is their royal connections. And reportedly, this is why we are allegedly seeing more photos of Archie and Lilibet on social media, always referred to as Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, always emphasizing those royal titles. According to sources familiar with the couple's strategy, there is allegedly a plan to gradually re-enter UK public life, starting as early as this July with Invictus-related events. But here is what makes this genuinely fascinating. The one person who will never, ever agree to any form of reconciliation is William. According to insiders, William allegedly views Harry and Meghan as greedy, treacherous opportunists who should not be allowed anywhere near the royal family again. And reportedly, William has allegedly made this position absolutely clear to anyone who will listen. Now, let me bring you the perspective of someone who has covered royal stories for decades. According to royal journalist Richard Fitzwilliams, who is reportedly a close observer of these events, the current state visit is of pivotal importance for Anglo-American relations. He points out that this trip emphasizes shared history, mutual sacrifice in war, and cultural links between two powerful nations. And that is reportedly exactly why Harry cannot be anywhere near it. According to sources, the king allegedly views his son as a wrecking ball, unpredictable, resentful, and potentially damaging to delicate diplomatic negotiations. And when you consider that Harry has allegedly made speeches commenting on international conflicts and foreign policy decisions no working royal would ever do, you start to understand the concern. But here is the irony that no one is talking about. By keeping Harry away, the king is reportedly giving his son exactly what he claims to have always wanted, freedom from royal obligations. And yet, according to insiders, Harry allegedly cannot stand it. The trip itself has reportedly been remarkably successful so far. King Charles and Queen Camilla were welcomed by President Trump and First Lady Melania at the White House for private tea. They then toured the White House gardens, including a beehive shaped as the presidential residence. Yes, you heard that correctly, a beehive shaped as the White House. They then attended a major garden party at the British Embassy with approximately 650 guests from politics, diplomacy, sports, and public life. And in one lighter moment, a comedian reportedly performed an impression of the king, to which Charles allegedly replied with a perfectly timed, "Keep trying." According to attendees, the moment reportedly broke the ice and showed the king's willingness to laugh at himself. But here is what royal commentators are calling the most significant moment of the entire trip. On April 28th, the king will reportedly make a speech to both houses of Congress, making him only the second British monarch in history to address both chambers after Queen Elizabeth II did so in 1991. According to sources, this is reportedly the moment Harry allegedly wishes he could have, a world stage, global attention, a legacy moment, and he is reportedly watching it all from California. Let me close with what I believe is the most important takeaway from all of this. According to sources, William is reportedly already acting like a future king. He is setting boundaries, he is protecting his future reign, and reportedly, he is making it absolutely clear that when he eventually becomes monarch, there will be no half-in, half-out arrangements, no special treatment, no exceptions. What does that mean for Harry? According to insiders, William will reportedly strip his brother of the Duke title, remove the Prince and Princess titles from Archie and Lilibet, and reportedly make it clear that the Sussex chapter of royal history is permanently closed. That is not speculation, that is reportedly what multiple sources have indicated is coming. And honestly, from a purely strategic perspective, you can understand why. A monarchy cannot function with one foot in and one foot out. Either you're in or you're out. And if the reports are accurate, Harry made his choice 6 years ago. Now the bill is apparently coming due. What do you think? Should William give his brother another chance? Or is the Duke exactly where he belongs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, let me know which celebrity you would want to see become president someday. I'm genuinely curious what you come up with. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.